Dexter Southfield Middle School Grammar. Today we are talking about gerund phrases. Okay, quick review, and you don't need to copy this down, but there are three types of phrases. There are prepositional phrases, verbal phrases, and the appositive phrase. And in the verbal phrase, there are three different types of verbal phrases. There's the participle phrase, the gerund phrase, and the infinitive phrase. Today, again, we're talking about the gerund phrase. Now, just to make sure we're clear about this, a verbal is a word that is formed from a verb, but is used as either a noun, an adjective, or an adverb. And there are three kinds of verbals, and this is the one we're talking about, a gerund. A gerund is a verb form ending in ing that is used as a noun. So if you take a look at these 5 sentences, you'll notice that the word jumping is in each one of these, and jumping is a gerund. It's being used differently each time. So, jumping is hard. Today's contest is jumping. You should give jumping a try. We love jumping over the wall, and you finish the race after jumping. Take a minute right now and see if you can understand, or identify, I should say, the role of each one of these highlighted words. Keeping in mind that they're always nouns, but what is the role of that noun? Jumping is hard. Jumping is the subject. And of course, is your linking verb, and hard is acting as your predicate adjective. Now go ahead and see if you can identify the role of the next 4. So as you can see, a gerund is either going to be the subject, the predicate nominative, the indirect object, the direct object, or the object of the preposition. And here's a trick. If you're not sure whether or not a word is a gerund, try substituting a pronoun in its place. Take the word it. If I put the word it into a few of these, it would make perfect sense. It is hard. Today's contest is it. You finished the race after it, etc. If you plug a pronoun into the sentence in place of the gerund and it still works grammatically, then you've got yourself a gerund. Gerund phrases. Gerund phrases consist of a gerund and any modifiers or complements the gerund has. The entire phrase is used as a noun. So take a look at these 3 sentences. Owning a dog may complicate your life. In this sentence, owning a dog is a gerund phrase, and the gerund is owning. Therefore, a dog qualifies as a modifier or complement. In the second sentence, I heard the loud screaming of the fans. In this sentence, the loud screaming of the fans is the gerund phrase, with the gerund being screaming. So take a close look at this. You can see how the loud modifies screaming. They were loud screaming fans, and then of the fans is a prep phrase, and in this case it's acting as an adjective prep phrase describing the noun screaming. In the third sentence, I got the promotion by having a perfect record on deadlines. Having a perfect record on deadlines is your gerund phrase, with the gerund being having. Having what? It was having a perfect record. And then we have the prep phrase on deadlines, which again is an adjective prep phrase, which helps to describe record. Now in each of these cases, you can use the good old-fashioned pronoun test to see if these are in fact acting like a noun. So if I took out owning a dog and just put in it, may complicate your life, it makes sense. I heard it. I got the promotion by it. So grammatically, it would always work, and therefore these are gerund phrases. Be careful not to be confused between gerund phrases and verb phrases. Take a look at these 2 sentences. Which one has a gerund phrase and which one has a verb phrase? I heard the loud screaming of the fans. That sounds familiar. And then the fans are screaming very loudly. So I heard the loud screaming of the fans is your gerund phrase. And then the fans are screaming very loudly. In this case, this is just acting like a verb. And then be careful not to confuse your gerunds with your participles. Look at this sentence carefully. Relaxing, I put my feet up on the couch before napping. You may notice that there are two INGs in this sentence, and they both look like they're verbs, but in this case, they're both verbals. But which one's which? Well, relaxing is acting like an adjective. It's describing I. So this is your participle. And then napping is a gerund because it's clearly acting like a noun. I can go ahead and do the it test here and it would work. I put my feet up on the couch before it. For reflection, write a quick note to yourself that describes the difference between a participle and a gerund.